Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. I just want to talk with you guys just about overall investing, life, and some of the opportunities that we have. So I got a picture here, and this shows a person walking in the opposite direction of the masses. And what I want to talk about, because I've been reading a lot about it, is the contrarian mindset and how some of the best investors and some of the most influential people in this world buck the trend, guys. If that makes sense. They go against the grain. They swim upstream. They don't just go along with what the masses and the mainstream media and people tell you. Just like you'll hear growing up all through school, if you don't go to college, you can never be anything. And guys, I'm all for going to college if you're going to be a nurse or a lawyer or something where you have to go through those steps to get into a career that you really want. But so many people go for, all these liberal arts or for, business and different things that you really could study on your own and create a business and not have all the student loan debt like everybody else has, and then try to buy these big homes and be strapped in debt and be miserable. So what I have here is a picture of a guy who's going the opposite direction of what the masses says that we should do. And I wanted to bring you some of the best quotes that I've seen from some of the wisest investors. And I want you to think about where we're at in the cryptocurrency market right now. And I want you to realize the opportunity that could be coming down the road. So one of the most famous, this is from Rothschild, many of you guys have heard this before. The time to buy is when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own blood. So even if you have something invested and it goes down and the whole world's scared, but you believe in those fundamentals, that's the time to put more money in. That's when it will pay off if you have patience. Remember, wealth travels from impatient people to patient people. You have to be patient and you have to understand a market cycle. So many people freak out and they get so angry. That means you invested more than you could afford to lose, which you need to go back and you need to reevaluate. Another one from Bernie Schaefer. As contrarians, the only thing to fear is the lack of fear itself. The next one, Sir John Templeton. Bull markets are born on pessimism, grown on skepticism, mature on optimism, and die in euphoria. The time of maximum pessimism is the best time to buy. And the time of maximum optimism is the best time to sell. So remember, guys, back in December, how many people thought they were going to be millionaires and billionaires and the market cycle was never going to end? And they went through that euphoria. And now you see the anger, the worry, the what am I going to do? When's this market going to come back? Think about that. Do you have a contrarian mindset or do you go along with all the masses? The next one, this is by Arthur Cutten. I've never heard of him before, but it says, but being a contrarian requires a superior sense of what is real and what is out of sync with reality. In general, few amateurs possess this level of judgment and perspective and end up just looking silly after a few correct calls, taking the opposite position because it is the opposite, proclaiming night to be day and the moon to be cheese. You guys got to realize that there's always risk in anything that you do in life. If you walk outside and you get in your car to go drive down the road, that's a risk. If you marry somebody and you don't know their background and you don't know who they are, that's a risk. If you're investing in something and you don't understand the technology behind it and you don't know why you're in it and you're just in it for hype, that's a risk. Everything in life's a risk. It's about managing and limiting that risk with the greatest upside. Just how everyone said emails would never be a thing. The post office is never going to die, which, guys, you can see the numbers on the post office. It's slowing down. Obviously, it's still around. But what I'm saying is people would rather send an email than go get a 50-cent stamp and go through that whole process. things change. And what you have to realize with the cryptocurrency, and especially Litecoin, guys, this is the money of the internet. That's huge. This is internet money. And with our whole world running on the internet now, you don't think there's going to be a need for internet money? And you don't think some of these like credit cards and older things that have been around for a while, look at checks dying out, guys. I still use checks because I'm kind of old school. It is what it is, but you can tell that these different things are dying out. And with the internet, all the businesses are ran by the internet. So for cryptocurrency in a way to die, the internet would have to go down. If the internet goes down, our world doesn't function anymore. As frightening as that is. So what we're investing in is this money of the internet. And with transactions that I can send from me to you in a matter of seconds with very minimal fees. And that's huge for big merchant companies who can send money from America to China with very little fees instantaneously between the companies without a third party. So as crazy as I sound here, guys, I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity because we're in that anger, that depression, that stage. Market cycles will come back around. This is brand new technology. This is not going away. Bitcoin is going to be the digital gold. And in my heart of heart, I believe Litecoin is going to be the digital silver. It is what's going to be used to buy a cup of coffee or to send millions of dollars across the world. So think like this guy here, this red guy who's walking the opposite direction. Study about the contrarian mindset and see how well it's done for other people in the long term if they can hold out and stay strong and not let their emotions get the best of them. It's crucial, guys. So are you going to be a contrarian? Or are you going to follow all the mass media? If you listen to some of the best investors, guys, watch CNBC. Watch what they're saying and do the exact opposite, and most likely you're going to be better off. It just is what it is. So I encourage you guys today to go out there and think differently. Read, study, like we've talked about. Don't just do the things of the world. God bless you all and take care. Have a wonderful weekend. I love talking to you guys. I love all the positive comments. And I just want to be here for you like you guys are here for me. And hopefully, guys, we can look back in a year or two and we can say, thank the good Lord that we bought Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whichever one you're in, because it could be life-changing. It could get you out of debt. And that's the biggest thing. Get out of debt. I've talked with you guys about this. I drive a 1999 Toyota Corolla with over 250,000 miles on it. But I haven't had a car payment since I was 16 years old. And there's a purpose to that, so that I can invest that money that I would pay in something that's depreciating and rusting out. I can take that money and invest in something that I believe in the long term. Why do I live in an 800 square foot house? Same thing, guys. Don't think like the world thinks. The world says you need a brand new car. The world says you need to live in $1 million home. Some of the richest people, if you guys ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, the millionaire next door is driving a car that gets him from point A to point B that's not fancy and living in a ranch home. But he's set up for the rest of his life. His kids are set up for the rest of his life. And their kids might be set up for the rest of their lives. The millionaire next door. And you would never know he was a millionaire. Live below your means. That's what I can tell you as a 29-year-old man. Live below your means. Because you're putting in the work now so that you don't have to later, if that makes sense. While everyone else is partying on a Saturday, are you going to be studying? Are you going to be looking at charts? Are you going to be reading into the fundamentals? What are you going to do? Are you going to do what the world tells you to do? Or are you going to do the opposite? So that's what I want to leave you with, guys. Please leave it down in the comments. If you're like me, if you think differently and you go against the grain. And being a Christian, guys, I've always went against the grain. It's not new to me. It is what it is. And I thank God for that. But you can implement that in so many other things and aspects of life as well. Going against the grain. And I'll tell you what, most of the time, guys, you'll be successful. So I'm sorry for rambling on, but I just wanted to tell that to you. It's so important that we have these type of discussions and not just look at the charts. Because in a year from now, it could look extremely different. But God bless you all and have a wonderful weekend.